When you check out an impressive build and lift the hood, chances are the engine inside isn't the one it rolled off the factory line with it. So, if you're ready to power up your off-road beast with an engine that never quits, we're breaking down the top 10 most reliable engines that can handle mud, rocks, and endless miles and keep you rolling no matter what. Stick with us. When it comes to off-road engines, torque is king, and the Cummins R2.8L turbo diesel wears the crown with pride. This little 2.8-liter four-cylinder packs a surprising punch, delivering a solid 310 pound-feet of torque right in the low RPM zone where you need it most. Translation? Whether you're crawling over rocks, slogging through mud, or towing a loaded trailer, this engine keeps you moving without the need to rev it into the stratosphere. With 161 horsepower on tap, the R2.8L isn't about speed, it's about controlled power. It's the kind of torque that lets you feel like a trail boss, smoothly managing tough terrain with confidence. And with diesel efficiency ranging from 19 to 30 miles per gallon, you get more miles between fuel stops. Critical when you're out in the wild where gas stations are as rare as a flat trail. One of the coolest things about this engine is how it comes. A crate engine package complete with front accessory drive, fuel pump, wiring harness, ECU, and throttle pedal. It's a plug-and-play dream for builders who want robust off-road performance without wrestling endless custom wiring or fabrication. Plus, it plays well with aftermarket upgrades like intercoolers, so you can tweak it for even better cooling and power. Durability? Cummins' reputation precedes itself. Built for commercial use, this engine is designed to endure the rigors of heavy-duty work and rugged terrain. It's the quiet muscle that'll keep your off-road rig hauling and climbing, without breaking a sweat. Or your wallet. Bottom line, the Cummins R2.8L is a diesel dynamo that balances raw torque, fuel efficiency, and install-friendly design, making it a top pick for anyone serious about conquering off-road challenges with power and smarts. The Ford 7.3-liter Power Stroke diesel is an absolute legend in the off-road community, renowned for its unmatched reliability, durability, and impressive torque. Produced between 1994 and 2003, this turbocharged inline-six diesel engine became a favorite among serious off-roaders and work truck enthusiasts alike. The 7.3-liter Power Stroke is rated at roughly 250 horsepower and delivers a stout 525 pound-feet of torque, making it a powerhouse for low-end grunt. Exactly what you need when crawling over rocky trails or hauling heavy gear through rough terrain. What truly sets this engine apart for off-road builds is its rock-solid construction. With a rugged iron block, cast iron cylinder heads, and a forged steel crankshaft, the 7.3-liter was engineered to withstand brutal conditions and constant abuse. This mechanical injection powerhouse is simple, reliable, and incredibly easy to service. A blessing when you're deep in the backcountry, far from a mechanic or parts store, which is the reality of nearly every off-roader. Thanks to its high torque output at low RPMs, the 7.3-liter Power Stroke gives you smooth, controlled power delivery, allowing you to navigate steep inclines, mud, or loose sand with confidence. It's also known for its long lifespan, with many engines running strong well past 300,000 miles, and some even hitting 500,000 miles with proper care and maintenance. That kind of durability is priceless for off-road adventurers looking for a power plant that won't quit. Fuel efficiency is another major plus. For such a heavy-duty diesel, it returns surprisingly respectable mileage, meaning you can explore remote trails and wilderness areas without constantly worrying about refueling. Put simply, the Ford 7.3-liter Power Stroke diesel remains a tried-and-true favorite for off-road enthusiasts who demand power, toughness, and reliability from their engine. Some engines are built for smooth commutes, others for tearing up the backcountry. The Cummins 3.9-liter 4BT, that's the diesel legend made for the latter. With its iron block toughness and simple mechanical design, this four-cylinder turbo diesel has powered everything from delivery trucks to heavy equipment, and now it's become a cult favorite for off-road builds that laugh in the face of rough terrain. Stock, the 4BT throws down around 105 horsepower and 265 pound-feet of torque at just 1,600 RPM, and those numbers are just the beginning. With a mild tune, intercooler, and upgraded injection pump, it easily pushes 150-plus horsepower and over 400 pound-feet of torque. That's the kind of down-low grunt that lets you idle up steep rock faces and pull heavy loads without breaking a sweat. No drama, just diesel muscle doing its thing. What makes it shine off-road isn't just power, it's the delivery. That torque comes in early and steady, giving you smooth, unstoppable traction where gas engines would be hunting for revs. It's a stump puller with a throttle, and that's exactly what you want when you're deep in the dirt with no backup in sight. The 4BT's all-mechanical setup means no sensors, no computer tantrums, and zero nonsense. If you can work a wrench, you can keep this beast running. It's simple, serviceable, and incredibly durable, thanks to shared internals with the famed 6BT. You'll find parts everywhere, whether you're in the city or 50 miles down a desert trail. And the best part? With its compact footprint and legendary reliability, the 4BT fits into a surprising number of rigs. So if you're chasing an engine that pulls like a freight train and just keeps going, this is your diesel soulmate. Rugged, proven, and ready for anything. When it comes to off-road legends, the Cummins 5.9-liter 12-valve 6BT is in a class of its own. This inline-six turbo diesel, produced from 1989 to 1998, delivers a powerful 160 to 215 horsepower, paired with a massive 400 to 440 pound-feet of torque at just 1,500 to 1,600 RPM. That low-end grunt is precisely what you want for rock crawling, deep mud crawling, and hauling gear up steep terrain. What makes the 6BT so formidable off-road is its mechanical simplicity and unyielding durability. This engine uses a gear-driven cam and mechanical Bosch P7100 injection pump. No electronics to fail in the field, which means zero sensor tantrums when you're off the grid. Its cast iron block and forged internal components are built like a tank, commonly running 500,000 miles with proper upkeep. Thanks to its inline configuration and large displacement, about 359 cubic inches, the 6BT thrives on torque, delivering peak twist early. Coupled with robust turbo pairing, the Holset H1, CWH1CHX35, and intercooler starting in 1991, it runs cool and strong during low-speed, high-load farming and trail duty. Another advantage? Serviceability. The straight six layout offers easy access during rebuilds and maintenance, and parts are everywhere, from industrial to agricultural applications. The P700 injection pump's tuning potential is legendary, allowing off-roaders to hit 500 rear-wheel horsepower with bolt-ons. Yes, it's heavy, about 1,100 pounds dressed, but that mass translates to steady momentum and downhill control and lifts your rig's confidence on gnarly descents. In short, the Cummins 6BT is a torque monster with straightforward mechanics, military-grade reliability, and industrial-grade parts access. If you want an engine that growls through trails, outlasts the toughest builds, and pulls your rig wherever you dare, the 6BT isn't just a choice, it's a commitment to diesel dominance. If you're all about powerful off-road engines and rugged builds, then subscribe, and ring that notification bell. We've got plenty more engine insights and off-road tech coming your way. When you want off-road power mixed with finesse, the GMLS Series FIV8 has carved its spot in the trail world for good reason. These engines range from 4.8 liters to 7.0 liter, delivering 300 to 430 horsepower and 335 to 428 pound-feet of torque right out of the crate. That broad power and torque band translates to effortless rock crawling, deep mud blasts, and confident highway cruising once you're back on pavement. Lightweight yet solid, the LS family typically uses aluminum blocks and heads, with iron options and truck variants, keeping engine weight down and front-end balance in check on tech-heavy trails. A lighter engine means better suspension performance and articulation, definitely the kind of edge you want when stuffing a rig full of trail gear. Torque is key off-road, and LS engines don't disappoint. Even base models such as the 5.3-liter LM7 crank out 315 to 350 pound-feet, while higher-end variants like the LS3 produce 400 to 428 pound-feet. That low to mid-range punch keeps you moving smoothly over obstacles without needing to rev hard. Just the kind of immediacy off-roaders crave. Durability? These motors are built tough, featuring deep-skirted blocks, cross-bolted main caps, and sturdy internals. The LS platform can reliably support 600 to 800 horsepower on stock bottom ends. That means tons of headroom for power upgrades without stepping into fragile territory. Parts are everywhere and cheap. LS engines are some of the most common V8s on the planet. Junkyards, swaps, rebuilds, they're all over. That aftermarket abundance makes them serviceable in any situation, even deep trail scenarios. In short, the LS series brings impressive torque, efficient weight, industry-tested durability, and parts availability, all wrapped in a compact package. It's the practical, adaptable cornerstone for trail builds that need power without compromise. The GMT BITPI Chevy V8, whether it's the 5.0-liter or 5.7-liter, is a surprising workhorse for off-road rigs. These engines deliver solid power, typically between 190 to 240 horsepower, with up to 345 pound-feet of torque in models like the 1989 5.7-liter L 98 TPI. That torque comes on smoothly in the mid-RPM range, exactly where off-road control matters most, so you get responsive power without high-rev scrambling. What puts the no-nonsense in their appeal is the simplicity of the fuel systems. TBI models use a single throttle body injector, while TPI variants feature longer intake runners and multiple injectors for better low-end torque. Compared to carburetors, they offer better cold starts, consistent fuel delivery, and easy maintenance. No juggle of multiple sensors under the hood. For off-road use, that means fewer breakdown worries and easy repairs in remote locations. With common components, throttle bodies, injectors, and wiring harnesses being available everywhere, you'll get back on the trail fast. And the smooth torque curve? It translates to confident climbing over rocks, powering through dunes, and driving through rutted trails without lag or hesitation. Performance upgrades are straightforward too. Add aftermarket headers, cam upgrades, and intake enhancements, and these engines can reliably produce 275 horsepower, a serious boost for trail rigs without overcomplication. Best of all, they stay reliable. Fire them up after a few weeks and they idle easy, even in cold morning starts. The engine's iron block foundation offers durability, and the fuel injection keeps everything running clean and stable during long, idling or dusty treks. It's not about setting land speed records, it's about consistent, manageable off-grid power. If you're building an off-road rig that values dependable performance over flash, these engines pack a lot of practical punch for the dirt-bound adventurer. The Buick 3.8-liter 5.6, sometimes called the Dauntless or Fireball, might seem humble, but off-road builders know it's a compact powerhouse with surprises to spare. It churns out roughly 200 horsepower and 225 pound-feet of torque in naturally aspirated form, with even more in its supercharged variants, up to 260 horsepower and 280 pound-feet, making it a torque-rich option that doesn't weigh down your rig. Physically, it's small and light, about 375 pounds, which means fitting this Buick V6 into tight engine bays is far simpler compared to bulkier V8s. It preserves front-end balance and suspension travel, letting your rig stay nimble and responsive on technical terrain. The front-mounted distributor keeps things compact and firewall-friendly too, a smart detail for custom off-road layouts. Under the hood sits robust cast-iron architecture, heavy-duty block and heads known for lasting hundreds of thousands of miles with minimal fuss. Experts call the Series 2 and 3 engines bulletproof, and one enthusiast said they've seen these motors running strong even with coolant mixed into the oil. Fuel delivery is simple but effective. Early models use throttle body injection, later ones employ sequential multi-port injection. Both offer dependable starts, easy cold weather operation, and stress-free maintenance. Perfect for remote trails where high-tech sensors might quit on you. Beyond stock, the Buick engine is adrenaline ready. Bolt-on upgrades, superchargers, headers, smaller pulleys, push power north of 260 horsepower and 300 pound-feet, transforming this quietly practical V6 into a lively trail engine while retaining reliability. What all this adds up to is clear. The Buick V6 blends real-world torque, compact packaging, durable construction, and easy serviceability. It might lack V8 swagger, but in grit and trail smarts, it punches way above its weight, so it won't ultimately matter. For builders hunting for reliable, low-profile power, this V6 is a crafty and capable companion on the path less traveled. If you like your off-road builds with a bit of attitude, the 5.7-liter Hemi 5.8 brings the thunder. Factory ratings range from 330 to 395 horsepower, with torque sitting strong at 375 to 410 pound-feet. That means you're getting serious grunt off the line, perfect for pulling your rig through sand, up boulders, or out of deep mud without breaking a sweat. What makes it off-road gold? That torque hits early, right around 4,000 RPM, and stays consistent through the mid-range. It's responsive without needing to scream. Just press the pedal and let the low-end torque handle the climb. Its cast iron block and aluminum heads offer a durable, heat-friendly combo, while the twin spark design and hemispherical chambers keep combustion efficient and punchy. Sure, it's a little wide, but it's manageable, and companies like Holley and Red Rock Off-Road are making swaps easier than ever with complete kits and plug-and-play harnesses. Whether you're dropping it into a Wrangler, a Ram, or a vintage off-roader, this engine is playing nice. Weight-wise, it's about 500 pounds dressed, so you're not adding a boat anchor to the front of your trail toy. Plus, it's built to cool well under pressure. Factory radiators and fans from Ram trucks are more than capable of handling tight, slow-crawl conditions. The best part, you can get the parts of this engine everywhere. This engine lives in millions of trucks and SUVs, which means belts, sensors, gaskets, you name it, are just a parts store away. And if you're into tweaking, there's a mountain of aftermarket support from cams to intakes to full ECU tuning. Bottom line, the 5.7-liter Hemi is bold, proven, and trail-tested. It's got the roar, the torque, and the track record to back up its off-road street cred. If you're repowering a classic 4x4 on a budget, the Dodge Magnum V8 delivers surprising punch without breaking the bank. Stock figures for the 5.2-liter sit around 230 to 245 horsepower and 295 to 300 pound-feet of torque, peaking at approximately 3,200 revolutions per minute, while the 5.9-liter brings 245 horsepower and 330 to 335 pound-feet, generously spread around that same mid-RPM zone. What that means for off-road: smooth, real-world grunt, right where you need it. That torque curve makes obstacle crawling feel controlled rather than frantic, and trail hauling more effortless. These engines use a simple MPI fuel injection system, keeping fuel delivery predictable and cold start friendly. Ideal when you're deep in the bush and stressed out old carbs might flake out. Plus, Chevy-style pushrod simplicity means fewer electronics to troubleshoot when remote. Bolt-in ease is another win. The Magnum V8s have bell housings that work with many auto and manual transmissions, including the classic 46RE, 44RE setups that can handle off-road stress. Builders on forums report plug-and-play successes in Wranglers and Rams. Under the hood, these engines carry cast iron blocks, wet manifolds, and solid internal parts. Reliability is proven. Forums praise indefinite run durability, such as one owner noting bulletproof longevity beyond 300,000 miles. Want more juice? The Magnum platform responds well to bolt-ons. Enthusiasts suggest cams, heads, intake, or a tuner can boost you close to 300 horsepower, breathing new life into tired trail rigs. In short, the Dodge Magnum V8s offer solid mid-range torque, simple injection, transmission compatibility, and affordable power upgrades. They're not the flashiest, but they give dependable muscle upgrades for trail builds without fancy costs or complexity. Just straightforward power that delivers where it counts. Which is exactly what every off-roader needs. When it comes to compact, torquey engines for off-road rigs, the Oldsmobile Shortstar V6 quietly packs a punch. This 3.3-liter pushrod V6 powered countless GM vehicles from the late 1970s through the early 1990s, gaining a reputation for reliability and torque that makes it an intriguing choice for lightweight trail machines and rock crawlers. Stock Shortstars typically put out around 135 to 160 horsepower and deliver 185 to 210 pound-feet of torque. And crucially, that torque is available low and mid-range, which is exactly where you want it, crawling over tough terrain. With a cast iron block and heads, the engine's ruggedness suits the unpredictable demands of off-road driving, where durability beats outright horsepower any day. One big plus for off-roaders is the Shortstar's compact size and relatively light weight, making it easier to fit into tight engine bays where a bigger V8 just won't work. The engine's simple pushrod design reduces complexity and improves maintenance ease, especially when you're out in the boonies with limited tools. Fuel delivery comes via carburetors or throttle body injection, depending on the year, which adds to its straightforward nature. No complex electronics to fuss with, just reliable mechanical operation that won't leave you stranded. Plus, the Shortstar accepts many transmissions thanks to GM's versatile bell housing patterns, simplifying swaps into older 4x4s. Performance-wise, aftermarket support is decent, with options for mild cam upgrades, intake tweaks, and exhaust improvements that can safely boost torque and horsepower into the 180-plus horsepower range while keeping reliability intact. Off-roaders love how the Shortstar balances spirited power with a proven track record of endurance. To put it simply, the Oldsmobile Shortstar V6 is that one compact, torque-rich and rugged engine that delivers consistent, reliable power for off-road rigs where size, simplicity, and durability are top priorities. There you have it. The ultimate lineup of rock-solid engines perfect for your next off-road adventure. If you had to pick one, which would it be? Tell us in the comments.